Join me as we journal for the book of Joshua. All right, my friends, we're going to start and get this going. I have my notes over here for my Bible study and for my sermon notes, my Mass notes. And I'm going to be using this section here, which is the weekly reflections, for my Bible journal for the week. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to do it for this week, which I haven't even done any Bible writing, so I am getting behind, but I will do that. But I think I'm going to do this for the week of. That's what I'm going to do. So for this week, my Bible journaling has been all through the book of Joshua, and I just finished it. So I have all my notes from different Bible study sources. I'll link a couple below. And anyway, I have these punched out. I'm using the kit. I use the Cocoa Daisy stuff for the daily pages, and I have more. And I have a paper pad. I'll show you guys that I have. Let me see. Did I put it back away? And I have a bunch of different papers and things from them. And I punched out, oh, here it is. I punched out a couple of these with a 2-inch punch. So I have this different paper pad here. This is the month of May. And so I wanted 6 of these because there's 6 topic key points I wanted to do for Joshua. So the different references in the Bible. So I'm going to use these to mark that. 3 and 3, or maybe, yeah, I thought I'd just do 3. Or I could do 3 down here. I don't know exactly. I need a clip. So let me get a clip to put this down. There we go. That will help. Okay. So I'm thinking to do 3. And this was just like newspaper, which I thought would be fun. And maybe I'll use this for my sermon notes, and I'll just continue on over here with the Bible. And we'll do that. And we'll do our 6 key points. Do I want to do it that way? I'm trying to decide because I doodled a whole bunch of different things like this, and I'm just doodling. But this is kind of my scribble notes for what I want to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do that. I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. So I'm going to use. I have this Tombow mono adhesive glue stick. I'm going to use this, and so let's see how this holds up. I don't know, but I do like the Tombow glue. And so I just punched these out. I have a 2-inch circle punch. I will link it below. That I just went ahead and punched these out. And again, this was like the newspaper ad that came. See, is this going to work? I've never used this one before. And so I wanted to just kind of utilize that. So let's see how this works. If I go here, maybe? I don't know. I'm not used to using this one. I might need to get a different glue stick. But I thought it would be good to use this one. Use it up. I've had it for a minute, and I want to use what I have. But this was a great book. If you guys are new to Bible reading, I'm just going to give you my thoughts on it that I have written down. To me, the main point is that this is a story of God just keeping his promises one after another, and bringing the people to faithfulness. And this is what he did as the people over this span of the Old Testament, with them leaving Egypt and then coming on in to get ready to possess the land of Canaan. He just keeps his promise, continually showing up for his people, continually keeping his promise. And it's just a beautiful story to behold. The love that Moses had, that reflected and taught, I think Joshua started with that and then continued on. I just think it's just a beautiful, beautiful story. And you definitely see a lot of love going on in this story. So I'm wondering if I ought to do that. So what I think I'm going to do is just doodle in here and kind of, oh no, actually maybe I should just do this, and then I can put my notes over here perhaps. I wanted to doodle a couple of things. Let's see how I want to do that. This is definitely a trial because I have never done this before, but I want to do it and make it good, as good as I can anyway. So let's do it up there. I think it'll fit better. And then I'll just doodle on the side maybe here. I'm encouraging myself with the doodling, so my notes. There we go. I'm just going to put this here. And I think I will have to maybe do something else, or maybe I'll leave down here for just the key points from Mass. But we'll see. I'm mostly worried about getting the edges here. There we go. This can go here. There, that looks really good. Okay, so let me write, let's get a fun marker out to do this. I think I'm going to use the marker that came with the Cocoa Daisy kit. And I'm going to stick with pink for right now. Here it is. And it has two different tips on this one, and then you have a very fine one on that side. And I think I'm just going to write, I think I want to, these that I did these little journaling things. So I think I'm going to do this right here and the lantern as well. I want the lantern maybe up here. So let's do this, and I have like my keynotes of the journey of Joshua. So this one is Joshua, and this is 1 through 4:24, and it's crossing the Jordan. And then the next bit of it is Joshua 5:1 through 6:27, and this is Jericho, and Gilgal, like that. And then the next part is Joshua 7:1 through 8:35, and it's Ai and the covenant renewal. Then you have the next part, which is Joshua 9:1 through 12:24. I think that's my sloppy notes. It might be a 29. I don't remember now. I need to go look. But let's see. This is the fourth one. So this is the conquest of the land. And then the next bit over here, let's do Joshua, get my notes again, Joshua 13:1 through 21:45, and this is land allotment. And then the last one here is Joshua 22:1 through 24:33, and this one is the final charge before the passing of Joshua. Okay, so those are the themes for the book of Joshua, and I think I'm going to put over here the book of Joshua. Obviously, it's obvious, but book of Joshua. There we go. Okay, that's the bit that I wanted to do first. Now I'm going to grab out my pencil. Let me see. This is a pencil. It's a mechanical one. And I'm going to try, and I have a couple other thoughts here. I think maybe down here, I want to draw the... Okay, let me grab a ruler. So I'm just going to use this for a minute just to kind of help me. There we are. And this will go this way. Oh, I guess I should, it's okay, I'm going to have to erase. Let me grab out my eraser. And we'll do 3 things there, and then we'll do another one here. And then here again. And then this one is going to go this way. This one is going to go this way, just to make our little road sign here. There we go. It's in this one here. And then this one. So then I'm going to use the very fine point here. I need to buy more of these. These are awesome. And it's going to, I'm going to put promise here. Promise, courage, and covenant. Okay, there we go for that. And then I like that enough that I'm going to grab out my marker now. Let's grab my multi-liner here. I'll just draw my little street sign here. This is the topic of Joshua, the different things that they've discussed, which I love. I love Joshua. He's one of my favorite of the Old Testament prophets. He was just such a loving man, and the way he served the Lord is just such an example. He's always going to serve God, and he's always going to choose God. And I just love that about him. There we go. And then I'm just going to erase some of the pencil marks there. And now I want to draw a lantern. So let's, oh, I didn't do the top here. I kind of want it to be not straight. There we go. And then I'm going to draw in some grass up here, some blades. There we go. Now let's do over here, and again I'm going to start with my pencil. I really want to do a lantern. And you guys, I am a newbie at drawing, so please take that into consideration as if you're looking at my drawing and going, what in the world? I am a newbie to this thing called drawing. I kind of did my thoughts on the other page just as a test run to see if it wasn't too bad, and I don't think I did too terribly bad. You kind of have a little down like this, and let's do a base for the lantern, and maybe a little bit wider. There we go. I think that that is good enough. We're going to go with that. I'm going to outline it. I'm hoping that I will just get better as I do this more, but also I'm okay with being a new one at this. I need a bigger pen. I think I need to get my bigger pen. Let me see if I have that ready. Yeah, I need to pull it out, but I don't see it, so we'll just continue on with, oh, here, this is what I was looking for. don't think that looks too bad. Like that. And then we'll just erase that. There. Not too bad, I don't think. I'm gonna go with it. Okay. And these are just to hit the key points of Joshua. I'm going to put a couple different ones down here. Let me grab out my little stencil here that I have. And I'm going to put the 3 top points. I'm just going to do one at a time. Yeah, let's use black. Just deciding if I wanted black. And then we will write with the fine tip here and put God shows faithfulness to his promise. God shows he's faithful even if we are not. Faithfulness to his promise. And then the next one is going to be, and to line it up just so I know it's lined up, I kind of put that one in that first spot, and then I will do another. Oh, it's kind of crowded. Let's do one more row down. Let's do right here. There we go. Whoops, got a little marker on me there. And the next one is reminds that, let's see, what does it say? Reminds that courage and obedience go together. Reminds that courage and obedience go together. And then the last point of Joshua, and there's more you could make from it, obviously, but these are just the key points that I'm going to be hitting on. I'm going to go down here. There we go. And then I'm going to put, calls God's people to choose faithful living. Choose faithful living. Okay, I like it. That looks good. Promise, courage, and covenant. That's what this is all about. And then we're going to go over here to each of these points, and I'm going to use, maybe I'll use this finer tip now that I'm here. Let me see, I have a very small pin. I will use this one. Okay, and so here I want to put, this is where the land is allotted. So this is God fulfills his word to Israel because he promised, he promised, well, the inheritance, I guess, inheritance of the land. Yeah, let's just do it backward this way. So let's do the promise, which is, let's do a shield. Oh dear, I'm really testing my, my art ability here. Don't like that. I got a lot of this idea from Deep Made Simple, and he has this laid out, so I'll give that to him. So here's the shield, and this is where I wanted to write here. God fulfills, which is, here, see, God leads Israel into the land, which is, he fulfills his word. There we go. And then let's see if I can draw a better shield with this one. can't, but that's okay. Giving myself a little grace. There, that's the shield. And then God goes with his people. So let's do a cloud. And this is presence. And this is promise. Oh, I forgot the C in presence. Get out my little pen here. Presence. There we go. And God goes with his people. And this one is God renews Israel before Jericho falls. So God renews Israel before Jericho falls. And okay, and then I'm going to put a couple other things in here, but we're going to just keep going. And this is obedience. So I'm just going to go with it because I feel like I do better with my pen. So I'm just going to draw my little symbol here. We're going to do a scroll. And then do a little. And this one is obedience. I don't know if I can fit obedience in here with this pen. So let's do a smaller pen and see if I can do obedience. There we go. And then this one is here. This one is about sin judged and obedience restored. Obedience restored. Okay. And then the next thing I want to do is the conquest of the lands. I want to do a sword. So let's see how I can draw a sword. Let me kind of go, let's go like this. And let's do the handle of the sword. And this one is courage. Courage. And then this one is the fourth one, conquest of the land. God gives victory over many kings. Right? Yes, victory over many kings. Okay, and then the next one is the land itself. So we're just going to draw a little bit of land here. Trees blowing in the wind. There we go. And this one is inheritance. Let me write that down here. There we go. And this one is, look at my notes. This is 5. Each tribe receives its inheritance. Each tribe receives its inheritance. And then the last one is the covenant to be good. So I think I might need to use the pen for this one, but I mean the pencil, but we'll see. Let's see how I do here. This is the rest of this hand. There we go. It's kind of a bad looking hand, but we're just going to go with it. And this is covenant. Oops, I just spelled that wrong. I was trying to hurry. It's one of the hard things about, I can do it normally, but when I'm recording it, it's a little hard. Covenant. And then the charge here is, what is it? Joshua calls Israel to faithfulness. Oops, this is an F, faithfulness. All right, now let me look at my other notes and see. I'm down here, I'm with a different color. Let me see, maybe I'll use, should I use a red? No. I want to use a different color, so let me use like a blue perhaps. Let's use like a blue. I'm going to put God fulfills his word to Israel. These are the other notes. Fulfills his word to Israel. And then this one is presence. God goes with the people. God goes with the people. So we are never alone, even when we think we are. And this one is faithful obedience leads to blessings. Faithful obedience leads to blessings. Oops, there's an L there. Blessings. I'm trying to hurry. And then the next one here, God calls his people to be strong. God calls his people to be strong. The next bit here is the inheritance. The land is God's gift. Gift. And then this last one here is Israel is called to serve the Lord. Is called to serve the Lord. All right, that is, I think, this is my mass notes. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm just going to put a little bit of light in the middle here, because this is a candle. I mean a lantern, obviously. And then I'm going to put a little bit of grass down here, just to kind of give this a little. And then, let me see, I have a brown somewhere. I think we'll use this one. I want it to be kind of rustic. There we go. And that is it. These are my Bible study notes from the book of Joshua. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm wishing you guys a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.